So you'll know these are fake seeds. Even if they have stayed in the market, no, they can even sell you the seeds which have stayed. So you should see the expiry date of the seed. Yes, the date of manufacture. Yes, you'll see the lifespan. I mean.
Kenya has gone through a revolution that has come in the form of devolution. One of the tools that ensure that devolution is well established is the promotion of transparency and accountability in the budget making process. And for that to happen, citizens need to participate in that process. Therefore, as SIPE, our role has been to encourage citizen participation. And that has come through us working through civil society organizations.
This is a budget that is developed by people according to their wishes, according to their aspirations, according to what they want to be implemented in their county. This budget actually will be able to meet most of the needs and be able to cater for the needs of the people.
It is a requirement as per Constitution. Article 174 says the people must participate.
These community participation meetings are scheduled and they are normally advertised. It is put on as an advert. Information is passed to the communities that we will have this community participation on the budgets, and the areas of discussion, maybe in health, will be between this time and these dates, similarly to any other department. And then the community members will come, then the budget will be read to them.
And what we've done as a county government of Elgeyo Marakwet, normally the executive goes round the 20 wards. Then after the wish list has been met, we adopt it in the budget. After the annual development plan, that would be able to envision the things that we want to do within the year.
And we are able to develop a budget that aligns with those, but with specific input from people who have participated in those particular processes. So basically that is the kind of budget that results. What we can basically call the mwananchi budget.
The Constitution allows participation. Civil society has been mentioned as one of the stakeholders in budget making process. So it is in order that we also receive their input in the budget process making. Whatever comments that we get from members of the public, including civil societies, we include them in our budget making.
Civil society is one of the best ingredients. If it runs to push what the society requires in terms of information, in terms of knowledge, in terms of training, such that anything that is being done by government is in line with the wishes of the people. And that is the essence of devolution.
As SIPE, our role has been to build the capacity of civil societies that we've been working with. In this case, we've been working with the Career Center. And in all of this, what we've been doing is helping them build their technical capacity on budget analysis, and then also building their capacity in terms of advocacy skills. Because it's one thing to have a budget, it's another thing to ensure that the budget is implemented.
It is actually important to incorporate views from all over, including the civil society. That is, if already we are incorporating views from the community, from the members of the community. But if again, we can be able to receive views from the civil society, whom I believe are even more knowledgeable in issues that touch on the needs of the communities.
It's important because, of course, it's a shared aspiration of the member of the public.
It has been good because it has added new ideas to implementation and the designing of the Elgeyo Marakwet budget.
Mbeleni wako wanahusisha sisi, lakini wakati huu kama huu, wakati serikali ya devolution ikuja, wametuita kama ma stakeholders, kama kuna kitu ambao wanataka pitisha, wanatuhusisha. Lakini uzuri sasa wamefanya vitu yao imekuwa kama transparency. Ili najua lakini hata wananchi wahusishwe. Si hata wao wenyewe wapitishe kitu ambaye wananchi hawataki.
Ningependelea watusaidie kuinua vijana wakutane kwa group, wape at least pesa kidogo ya kujiinua, ndio ikuwe kama loan, wafanye kazi wakirudisha. Ya pili, wasaidia hata na wamama wakuwe na, ndio hata wafanye kazi, ndio hata kama hiyo tu ya vijana.
Everyone is there because of the citizens. If it is the governor, is there because of the citizens. If it is any other public officer, it's because of the citizens. Whether the civil society organizations, it's the citizens. So we all should converge and narrow down to what is the priority of the mwananchi on the ground. And that one boils down to citizen participation during the budget making process, because there is no development that can be done if it's not budgeted for.
One thing that I have seen with Kenyans is that they are knowledgeable, and I really appreciate. And Kenyans know their needs. They really know what they really want at every particular time. Another thing is that we have seen that when they participate, when they are made to participate, we have sustainability of whichever thing that we are doing together as a community. That when we do our hospital today, or we expand some facility, you would even get community members visiting the site to really see whether things are really done the right way. And for instance, I can even give an example of the community strategy component. They are really in it and would really want to work towards it, to reducing diseases. Yeah. And community participation has also enhanced the knowledge of people of my county, in that whenever they miss a service, even our governor can never have peace. They will always call him and tell him, yes, we are aware we are supposed to have this particular service, but we are not receiving it as it desires to be. Like when they go to the hospital and they are not attended to appropriately, our governor is always free to talk with the citizens directly. Similarly to us, the leaders in health. And in any other thing that they feel discontent about, they are free to talk. And we always react to their issues as they come up. Yeah.
This process of citizen participation has allowed the citizenry at the grassroots to ensure that their priorities are captured in the budget making process. In other words, if you go to whichever county you go to, they'll have different priorities. And let's say, for example, in one county, the issue is health. This has ensured that health is made a priority in the budget making process. So, in principle, this process has allowed the voice of the marginalized and of the grassroots person to be heard and to be reflected in the budgeting making process, so that we do not end up with budgets that are top down rather than bottom up.
Okay, first of all, I guess it will be a very good opportunity. And I think what I talked with governor is concerning the budget for youth. As you see, we've been allocated small amount as youth. And also, what I can also talk to governor is involving the youth in this budgeting process. So, like, we may see a lot of elder people are there, but the youth perspective are very few. So I could urge governor so that in case maybe he has during this process, he should involve us as youth, so that us as youth, we have some advices, we have some little knowledge about this decision making, policy and all those stuff. So I think the best thing for him is to invite us during the budget process, so that we can talk together, we can view our views together, and at the end of the day, we'll get a good answers to some questions.
Civil society organizations need to come together and build maybe a coalition of civil society organizations in maybe on the basis of a regional perspective. Then they are able, because sometimes, focusing on one county may not give you maybe lessons learned. Then they are able to focus on budget issues and monitoring and evaluation. Then I think the resources that are being collected by the county government, as well as from the resources that are coming out of the treasury, can have meaning for the people.
What has been happening in the past, civil society have been going out, get a feedback, expecting the national government or the county government to consume it and probably give results, yet they are not part of the process of collecting this information. So the best thing is, let us engage, because one, there are some issues also as a county government. We will want a third party to present the Mwananchi for a better understanding. So in this case, you come as a right partner.
I'll say one of the areas which is very important for civil society is to do civic education, because some of the communities have not realized the power they hold as citizens, because the new constitution gives power to the Mwananchi. So it's only because there is limited resource as a county government, which we cannot go full blast, and we don't want to compromise on the development agenda. We want other partners can come in to do civic education to all the participants, so that at least people are enlightened. When they are coming for public participation, they know exactly what is required, what is the priority area that they need to focus, so that they don't get diverted.
Where we need partnership, I think, is capacity building and empowering the Mwananchi to take charge of their destiny, because that is the very essence for which devolution was brought. When you look at one of the objectives of devolution is to make the members of the society to participate and design their destiny in development. And that can only be effective if people know what they want and participate effectively in achieving that.
Of course, we have the budget cycle, which cuts across the whole country and it is uniform. During the initiation of the first phase of the budget cycle, it is always good if the civil society can be close to counties, then sit down and plan before the budget cycle starts, so that when we are scheduling meetings prior to initiating the budgets, then we are able to start teaming up together and having uniform ideas from the beginning. It is through meetings that people will always have to exchange ideas together uniformly and in a very free and fair manner.
How we would be able to partner with a civil society, for me, is where we have civil society, the voice of the government is within the locality. But we also need other well-wishers, including the civil society, to tell our farmers these are the best methods that we need to adopt towards us moving far. But how we can partner is a dissemination of information.
Public is yearning for information. They really want to know how are the taxes being used. What are these opportunities that they can participate to make sure that the little resources in the county works for them, addresses things that they care most. Another thing that we learned is the government is also kind of yearning for information, though there are limitations. The end result of this kind of engagement with county government is accountability and transparency.